Welcome back to the FFD channel. This time I'll be covering some parts of the education series. So the whole aim at FFD we have is to make you wiser. So that's nutritionally wiser, medically wiser and exercise wiser. When we discuss the body, we talk about two parts. One is the software of the body. How is it functioning internally? A lot of you get clarity on this when you go to doctors with lab reports and they give you some feedback on how your different organ systems are functioning. So that's to a large extent the software. Now let's talk about the hardware. The hardware over a few years and a few years of diabetes starts to degrade, and I'll show you a quick image of how most people tend to look. Maybe give or take 5-7 years of diabetes with tablets, without tablets, whatever your A1C is, slowly and steadily you'll experience muscle loss, slight fat gain, and this one typical shape starts to arrive. So a lot of us in FFD can tell a diabetic from a distance. You go to a jogging park in the morning, you can make out who's diabetic. The classic features are this person in this image. The chest gets sunken, the arms become very thin, the legs become very thin. One of the key problems of this is the stomach starts expanding. Madhya Pradesh, as we call it. The stomach starts becoming more and more round. It's a symptom of metabolic syndrome. There's something going wrong in the body. The body has started building fat and burning muscle. And this is one of the main problems why the sugars start remaining high. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about diabetes and what happens with the sugars. We're going to discuss what we can do about it quickly. It's a very short video. The commonest mistake that all diabetics make is they walk too much. It's been since folklore now that walking for some reason helps cure diabetes. It doesn't. When you overwalk, which is more than 20-30 minutes a day, most of you undereat because you all feel if you eat the sugars rise. Secondly, we as a nation, as a culture, we are protein avoiding. We tend to prefer carbs. So we call Indians carbitarians. We are not vegetarians or non-vegetarians, and all those carbs combined with walking directly leads to storage in the stomach. So it's called almost a walker's belly. So you go to a park, you'll see a lot of people with large bellies and they've been walking for a long period of time. Yoga is good in its place. It's great for flexibility. It's great for balance. It's great for stability. But unfortunately, it doesn't build muscle. So these two aspects of it, one is too much walking and too much yoga combined with a low protein intake is makes the body's job very difficult. Next, who's the largest consumer of sugar in the body? Finally, the liver has to do something with all that sugar you ate. He doesn't know what to do with it. So when you don't give him enough muscle, he converts it to fat. Secondly, if you want to gain muscle, you have to lift weights. It's a difference between gaining weight and gaining muscle. A lot of people who join our programs assume that they just start eating protein and continue walking, they're going to gain muscle. It doesn't work that way. All excess protein is also converted to fat and it comes into the abdominal region, which is why a lot of people who go to the gym then stop going to the gym but continue consuming protein gain a lot of weight and they gain fat. What's the goal? The goal is to have a fuller neck, fuller arms, fuller chest and no Madhya Pradesh. As far as possible, the Madhya Pradesh should be as flat as possible. This will only happen when the arms, the legs, the chest are activated, and that only happens when you eat more protein and go to the gym. And by gym, I mean a health club. You don't have to lift 25 kg dumbbells. Go to any simple gym in your area, start going 2 to 3 days a week, start increasing your protein intake. Which protein? Please do not do this on your own. A lot of you will get onto Amazon, start ordering protein shakes. It's not that simple. Okay, you have to get professional guidance as to which protein, looking at your renal parameters, looking at your other parameters, then protein is recommended. Okay, but meanwhile, I hope you enjoyed the basics I have shared here. The final statement for you is this: whether you're 16 or 70, unless you have serious renal issues, there's going to be no problem for you to have a little more protein in every meal. And lastly, go to a health club. You will see what thousands of participants of ours have experienced a newer life when they started going to the gym. Better posture, better balance, more strength, more stamina, and last of all, more adventures. See you all next time.